Hello students, today I will conduct our e-lecture for CLSP where we have seen in last different kinds of shares, different types of shares. Okay, what are the characteristics of each type of share? We have gone through like equity shares and preference shares. Okay, then how the types of shares are divided into like equity shares, then share capital. We have seen the meaning of share capital. Then we have gone through with the different types of debentures also. What is debenture and what are the various types of debentures also we have seen. Today we will focus on the ending topics of unit 3, which is company meetings, okay, or voting rights. Correct? Before that, we need to see what is the meaning of voting right. If we speak in general, voting means right to vote. Okay, being a citizen of the specific country, you have a right to give a vote and select any legacy. Like in India, democracy is there. That is one meaning. But when we see the voting right with reference to company, with reference to company meetings, then what is different about that? So, as we have seen, the investor or the shareholders, either they are purchasing equity shares or preference shares. Now, who has got the right to share? Both of them, equity shareholders and preference shareholders, both of them have a right to vote in the company meetings. But there are certain, again, terms and conditions, certain rules which are defined as per the Company Act 2013. So here we will see what is voting right. Every member of a company, limited by shares, holding equity share capital, has a right to vote in company. Rights can be varied as per the section 43A of Companies Act 2013. For a private company, section 47 is not applicable where memorandum or articles of company so provides. So it is exempted. Which companies? Private limited companies. Private limited companies, they do not increase their capital by way of selling shares. So there is no point about talking about the voting rights for private companies, only for the company, public company. The word itself means the companies who are coming in front of public, they are selling their securities to the public, so they are public company. And then there are discussion about voting rights, capital increment, rather how the company increases its funds by different way of different kinds of selling shares, that is there. But in case of private limited company, nothing is there. Okay. So what is voting right? There are two kinds of shareholders in the company: equity and preference shareholders. Voting rights of both are given in section 47 of Companies Act 2013. Every equity shareholder have a right to participate in general meeting held by the company and vote on every resolution placed before the company as per the section. Correct? Means first, what is equity shareholder have a right to vote in general meeting. Then there are different kinds of meeting. Then how it is applicable to them? Which means equity shareholder, in which situation the meeting is arranged, the meeting is gathered, and accordingly they have a right to vote in the meeting. The reason for calling the meeting is also important, and who and in which situation, on what terms and conditions the shareholders have a right to give their vote in the meeting. So, voting right on a poll shall be in proportion to their share in the paid up equity share capital of the company. Okay. Again, in which situation, in what situation the shareholders can give their vote in the meetings? Voting right on a poll shall be in proportion to their share in the paid up equity share capital of the company as per the section 46. Correct? So, every member holding preference share capital of the company have a right to vote only on the agenda public resolution placed before the company which directly affect the rights attached to their share as below. This is the case of preference shareholder. We have seen before equity shareholders. When they can vote, in case of general meeting they have a right to vote. But in case of preference shareholders, in such situation, which situation or on when they can vote, when the resolution for wind up of the company is passed by the company, then they can vote. Resolution for repayment of the company, in that situation they can vote. Reduction of equity share capital, reduction of preference share capital, then they have a right to vote. See, these are the certain situations which are arising in every company. Now, reduction of preference share capital. What is reduction? The company is reducing their capital with or after following certain rules as per the Companies Act 2013. Now, for that reason, company needs to call a meeting, and in that meeting, these shareholders have a right to vote. So, reduction of preference share capital, reduction of equity share capital, resolution for payment of company, resolution for winding up of the company. In under such situation, the shareholders have a right or members have a right to give their vote in the meeting. Now, the another topic is capital reduction. What is capital reduction? Capital reduction is the process of decreasing a company's shareholder equity through share cancellation and share repurchase, also known as share buyback. We have seen what is share buyback. Okay, here as company have a right, because it is a public company and they can increase their capital by way of selling shares. Likewise, a company can also reduce their capital by way of buyback of shares and by way of share cancellation. In these two conditions, where in case of share cancellation and in case of buyback of shares or repurchases of share, the capital is reduced by the company, and for that reason company needs to call the meeting, and there is a what do you say poll, and in that poll who have a right to vote? Equity shareholders or a preference shareholders. Both of them have a right to vote. The reduction of a capital is done by the companies for numerous reasons. Okay, why and what are these reasons? Value, increasing shareholders' value and producing a more efficient capital structure. See, capital structure is another a different issue. We have seen already how the company decides its capital structure, how much equity shares they will sell, how much preference shares they will sell. Everything is pre-decided and predetermined, and the directors or the management persons who are in the board of directors, they have a right to decide their capital structure. Every company has their own capital structure. That thing is also mentioned in articles of association, correct? And accordingly they are discussing, they are establishing their capital structure. Here they have a right. Okay, so as they can decide, they can fix the capital structure. In that, they are taking decisions regarding increasing of share capital, increasing of their funds and finance by way of selling shares. At the same time, they can reduce their capital also. This is what is capital reduction. Now, we will come to the different topic, that is company meetings. Meetings is the best form of oral or face-to-face communication of members and management in the company. Now, members and directors come together, discuss company-related matters, exchange ideas, opinions, determine the business plan and policies, and take collective decisions at a meeting. What is happening in the meeting? Why the company is calling meetings? Why they are fixing different types of meetings which are mentioned in Company Act, Company Law 2013. In short, what is company meeting? Company meetings are necessary for those purpose of discussing various issues relating to the company and at certain decision. Okay, why the meeting is called? Okay, or we can take an example of your friends only. You are a group of 10 friends people, and if you want to go to watch a movie, or to want to go to watch a trip or a small vacation, on a small vacation, At that time, what you will do? You will come together, you will sit together, you will have some discussions, and you will arrive on certain decisions. So for that activity, you call it as a meeting. Okay, we will meet in the evening or we will meet in the morning, and then we will decide what is that. That is your general meeting, or that is a meeting for us, for a what do you say, personal reason you are arranging that meeting. That is not a company meeting, but that is your friends meeting, your relatives meeting. Correct? So a meeting may be defined as a gathering or assembly of two or more persons for transacting any lawful business. With reference to the company meetings, what company means? It is a gathering or assembly of two or more persons for transacting any lawful business. Correct? Then definition. Who has given the definition for company meetings? According to Shaw and Smith, what they say, company meeting is an assembly of people connected with the company who have gathered for the purpose of discussing matters related to it. Correct? To take some decisions, or maybe there is any special reason for that also, meetings are arranged and meetings are called. In short, company meeting is an official gathering of shareholders, directors, key managerial personnel, and other creditors for discussing different issues related to the company and arrive at decision to make certain decisions, to come up to the conclusion. Okay, there may be some points, there may be some issues which is not possible for the directors to come to the conclusion. In that case, they are even calling their employees also. They want their employees to give their opinion, and they will arrive up to some decision, or they will take some decisions. So for that reason also, the meeting is called, or the meeting is decided and fixed by the company. Now, proper convening of meeting. Who have authority to call a meeting? A meeting must be convened by a proper authority. The proper authority to convey a general meeting of shareholder is the board of directors. So, what you need to remember, the main authority for calling a meeting of the shareholder is the board of directors. The people, okay, the group of people who are the members who are in the board of directors, okay, they have a right to call a general meeting of shareholders. Under certain circumstances, meetings can also be called by the members of the National Company Law Tribunal or a central government. Okay, depending upon the reason, depending upon the need of the situation, the meeting is called. The secretary should call a meeting by issuing a notice with the authority of board of directors. Who is doing that job on behalf of the company? The secretary. He has a right to call a meeting. Then for that reason, what he do? He give or he issues a notice. Okay, and with the authority of the board of directors. When the board of directors asks the company secretary to call the meeting, then first he is issuing a notice, and in that notice he is giving all the details regarding the meeting. Okay, so here we have finished our today's lecture, and in the next lecture we will see the different kinds of meetings. Okay, thank you. Bye.